The legitimate Yemeni government urged on Saturday the need to extend the arms embargo against Iran after posting a Houthi cell that confessed to smuggling weapons from Iran. In a series of tweets, Information Minister Muammar al-Eryani said the cell admitted to receiving training in Iran and to having connections to the Iranian Revolutionary Guards Corps. Moreover, the minister said that the Iranian regime's ongoing smuggling of arms to the Houthis was a flagrant violation of relevant international resolutions on Yemen. The Free Patriotic Movement made a proposal to end a dispute that has blocked the formation of a Lebanese new cabinet and threatened a French drive to lift the country out of its worst crisis since the 1975-1990 civil war. The proposal put forward on Saturday involved handing major ministries to smaller sectarian groups in a country where power is shared between Muslims and Christians. There was no immediate comment from Shiite groups, which have insisted that they choose who fills civil posts. But a political source familiar with the thinking of dominant Shiite groups said the idea was unlikely to work. Lebanon's army said Saturday it has carried out a survey of more than 85,000 dwellings, businesses, and other building units damaged by the massive Beirut port blast last month. The August 4th explosion of hundreds of tons of ammonium nitrate stored at Beirut port killed more than 190 people, wounded thousands, and ravaged large parts of the capital. French President Emmanuel Macron vowed in early September during his second visit to Lebanon since they planned to host a second conference in Paris in the second half of October. The Lebanese army said it had found 1.3 tons of fireworks during a search of Beirut port, which was devastated last month in a huge blast that was blamed on a large quantity of highly explosive ammonium nitrate. The Army's General Command said in a statement released on its website that 1,320 kilograms of fireworks were found in 120 boxes in a warehouse during a search of the port. It said Army engineers disposed of them. The port in swathes of central Beirut was ruined by the huge blast on August 4th that killed at least 190 people. It was blamed on 2,750 tons of ammonium nitrate kept at the port for years in poor condition. The United States will unilaterally declare that UN sanctions against Iran are once again in force. In mid-August, President Donald Trump's administration suffered a resounding defeat at the UN Security Council when it tried to extend the embargo on conventional weapons being sent to Tehran, which was due to expire in October. These sanctions were lifted in 2015 when Iran signed on an international agreement not to seek to build nuclear weapons. The Muslim World League has sent urgent relief assistance to help flood-affected people in a number of areas of Pakistan. The campaign got underway in a number of regions in Pakistan under the supervision of the head of the National Disaster Management Authority of Pakistan. The program is part of the numerous programs and projects in the fields of development and relief that is implementing in Pakistan. Royal Dutch Shell halted some oil production and began evacuating workers from a U.S. Gulf of Mexico platform as a new tropical storm cleared. Beta, the 23rd named storm of the Atlantic hurricane season, formed in the Bay of Cambridge and was forecast to strengthen steadily and become a hurricane by Sunday off the Texas coast, the National Hurricane Center said. Shell said it was removing non-essential employees from its Perdido platform in the western Gulf of Mexico and securing nearby drilling wrecks. Occidental Petroleum Corp., which operates in the same area, also began implementing storm procedures. Thousands of people have protested in the Thai capital Bangkok, calling for reform of the political system, including the role of monarchy. Since July, rallies have called for the resignation of Prime Minister, who took power in a 2014 coup and won disputed elections last year. Demonstrators said they plan to stay overnight and march to the offices of the Prime Minister on Sunday morning. The U.S. has deployed additional troops and armored vehicles into the eastern Syria after a number of clashes with Russian forces, including a recent vehicle collision that injured 4 American service members. Navy Captain Bill Urban, spokesman for U.S. Central Command, said the U.S. has also sent in radar systems and increased fighter jet patrols over the region to better protect American and coalition forces. Urban said the United States does not seek conflict with any other nation in Syria, but will defend coalition forces if necessary. Anti-terrorist prosecutors said France has arrested and indicted a former guard of disposed Central African Republican President Francois Bozizé for complicity in crimes against humanity. Eric Denboy Bagul was arrested in eastern France on Tuesday and placed under judicial investigation in Paris. Bagul, who served in the Presidential Guard and then as head of the anti-Balka militia, was also indicted for acts of torture and for criminal association for the preparation of a war crime for acts committed between 2007 and 2014. The leader of the Sadrist movement, Muqtada Sadr, warned against dragging Iraq to a dark tunnel by targeting cultural and diplomatic centers with missiles and explosives. Instead, he called for using political and parliamentary means to deal with the U.S. presence in the country. The leader of the Sadrist movement called for using political means and resorting to the parliament to end the occupation and stop foreign interference in Iraq's internal affairs. This came after an explosion inside the American Institute for Teaching English in central Najaf, 160 kilometers south of Baghdad, caused extensive damage to its building. The EU is set to announce sanctions against parties accused of violating a UN arms embargo on Libya. EU diplomats revealed that the member states agreed on the list of companies and individuals who provided ships and planes, in addition to other means that help transport weapons to Libya. According to the diplomats, these sanctions will target 3 companies from Turkey, Jordan, and Kazakhstan, in addition to 2 Libyans. The Syrian Democratic Council (SDC), the political wing of the Kurdish-led Syrian Democratic Forces (SDF), called on the UN Independent International Commission of Inquiry to visit northeastern Syria and verify its accusations against SDF. It also welcomed the committee's report on Turkish violations. In its statement, the SDC called for forcing Turkey and its armed groups to fully withdraw from Syrian territory. It also confirmed that Turkey and its affiliated armed groups practice displacement, killing, and terrorist crimes. The General Command of Dubai Police announced it has arrested Denis Matoshi, a leader of the Compagnia Bella criminal group, a transitional organized crime syndicate involved in drug trafficking and smuggling operations between South America and Europe, with an estimated street value of 1,523 dirhams. As part of an international operation dubbed Los Blancos, Dubai Police arrested the suspect, who is wanted by the Italian authorities on charges of criminal complicity and leading a drug trafficking gang at an international level. Ferrari unveiled its first new model since the coronavirus pandemic temporarily closed much of the company's operations, unveiling a more powerful Portofino. The Portofino M is equipped with a 612 horsepower V8 turbo engine, boosted from 592 horsepower in the current version. According to the German news agency, the new car has a new 8-speed gearbox instead of a 7-speed transmission. The Automotive News website reported that the Portofino M is the first open-top Ferrari to get an 8-speed transmission.